nonetheless.
Hey, I'm Kyle Robinson. I've seen a lot of you guys in the weight room and on campus. I work over in men's basketball. I'm in Blake's position with Coach Dooley. But we're here today. My wife and I started a nonprofit, Aces for Autism. Some of you guys are familiar. You've volunteered or went to the banquet last year. But we serve children and families impacted by autism. I'm sure some of you guys probably have a family member or know someone that's impacted by it. But we got a special guest here today, Christopher Duffley. I'm not going to say much because he can speak for himself. He's got an amazing story. He's an inspiration for us on how he's impacted others through his story. So, Christopher, it's all yours. All right?
Thanks. Well, all right.
That's good right there. Yeah.
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to Well, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we have your attention for just a few moments as we demonstrate the safety features of this 737-800 aircraft. To fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat end of the buckle to release, lift up on the buckle. Position your seatbelt low and tight across your hips and wear it at all times while seated. There are 6 emergency exits aboard, 2 in the front, 2 in the wing, and 2 in the back. Signs overhead and lights on the floor will lead you to exits. Well, that was one of my favorite things to memorize and repeat many years ago. Well, I'm not really that bad now, but I still enjoy repeating a few things now and then. And you may still hear my mom tell me, Christopher, stop repeating. Well, this is part of my autism. But why don't I start from the beginning? I shouldn't be standing here today. In fact, I shouldn't be standing anywhere. I was born at just 26 weeks, weighing only 1 pound 12 ounces, testing positive for cocaine, with an eye condition that would soon take my sight. All because my biological mother abused cocaine and other drugs throughout her pregnancy. I shouldn't be here, but I am. When I was born, I was so frail that on more than one occasion I was not expected to live. But the medical staff took extraordinary care of me, and as a result, I survived. They are the reason I'm alive. Now, when I left the hospital, I was placed into foster care, and my aunt wondered what had happened to me. She hunted me down and adopted me into my forever home with my new dad and 4 new siblings. They are the reason I know what love feels like. My paraprofessional in elementary school, Lisa Hamill, worked for years to help me overcome countless educational challenges. And she's the reason that I can is part of my vocabulary. Shannon Lane used music therapy to retrain my autistic brain and transform my repetitive, shallow speech into real conversation. She even discovered that I had perfect pitch and unlimited musical potential. She found my gift. In 1st grade, my elementary music teacher, Mrs. Park, realized my love for music, taught me the national anthem, and let me sing it at a school assembly. And she used my gift. Now, why don't we see, really, how that came out with the national anthem?
Hey, we're gonna be ready, guys.
more powerful or talented than you, but each of them changed a part of my life. And their ordinary became extraordinary. And each of you can do that too. But the big question is, how can you do that? Well, I'll give you 3 tips that I hope you'll remember today that can probably help you in that regard. I believe that you should start with a mission possible attitude. I recently attended a Microsoft, what is called a Ninja Camp, led by some of the accessibility team at Microsoft headquarters in Washington State for middle and high school youth with disabilities. The whole week was about how we can achieve anything we want through accessibility, as well as looking at possibility. They had each group of students use their imaginations to invent something to solve a problem. My group wanted to find a way for a hearing impaired person to experience Xbox the same way as a hearing person would. We obviously couldn't solve that problem in a week, but we worked on what those solutions could be. A quick example of Mission Possible is how I'm able to use my iPhone as a blind person. I access my phone with a screen reader called VoiceOver, which is actually run on all of your iPhones, by the way. And I flick my finger to what I want, double tap, and there I go. And well, I'll show you a little bit. Oh, dang it, I forgot about that. I'll show you how. Oh yes, I had it on Do Not Disturb because I totally forgot what's going on. I'll show you how I can. I'll show you how with VoiceOver you call someone, and well, maybe I guess how you text someone. How's that? Or type it. Anyways. So I have an iPhone XS, so I have Face ID. It just told me that I unlocked because of the sound effect. And what I'm gonna do. So normally you would hear this. Ah, did it twice. Anyway, but I'm gonna turn up my volume. Oh yeah, I need to slow my rate too. Because what the heck, right?
55%. Page 5 of 10. Dock. Phone.
So of course I passed the page chooser, and of course I've known I've known iOS for like almost 10 years now, so I kind of know the layout. But
Phone.
I can go to the phone app, double tap on it. Of course I hit 2 fingers, single tap to stop it from speaking. But
Favorites.
I'm gonna go to my favorites. Usually you'd hear this though.
Favorites. Tab. 1 of 5.
So now we know we have 5 tabs. Of course we'll say it again. So with selected before it. So I'm going to, you know what? Why don't I call? You know what? Let's see.
Select. Bob roll. Rating. Bob selected.
Oh dang it! You're hurting my context.
Tom. Kimberly.
Oh, you know what? Oh,
2 to 13.
sorry, Kyle. I don't have you in my favorites. All right. Anyway, so no, it's fine. So I am going to. You know what, Dave? You're going to be in trouble. JK. I'm going to call you though. So what I do is, of course, from what I just said, I flick over to the item. I flick left and right,
David St. Germain.
or I can explore by touch, which is some of what I did.
Perry Font. Michael Schumpel. Brian. David St. Germain.
And
iPhone. Button.
of course, it would say that. And I would double tap to activate. And that's how you basically do it for every item. Oh no, you're in trouble.
Hello?
Hey, what's up? And of course, if I was to hang up, I would do a 2-finger double tap. But anyway.
Perry Font.
Put the screen on.
Oh, jeez, I'm crow. Well, you literally just saw how a blind person uses their phone with the screen off. All right.
Screen current off.
So you can see here that there's a little like rectangle type thing. That is what VoiceOver is focused on.
Mr. Gillis. Kimberly Lindsay.
Yes, I have the head of school, my school's number, just in case I need to talk to him about any event or something coming up that I need help. That they need help with. Yes. So actually,
Message.
I'll text all 3 of us in this group I made.
Why did you have to strip on it?
No, I'll text all of us.
David St. Perry Fontenot. 300. Mom and David St. North Carolina trip 2019. On our way. Your iMessage.
Yes, that is a group conversation I made
Message.
between David, Mom, and Kyle. Actually, I did. So yes, I could tap and double tap on the keyboard. That is a good option. I could obviously use dictation also, and I can touch, drag, and let go to insert a letter. So I can
C-G-A-H-W.
but
Delete H.
or I can direct touch, which is another VoiceOver typing mode. which are the 3 modes. But anyway, there is another one since iOS 8, which was about 5 years ago. We have been able to use Braille screen input on the iPhone to input text. So I'm going to switch to that. Of course, you have to enable it in your rotor. So I'm going to switch to that with the voiceover rotor, and you'll see a little dial come up.
Words. Braille screen input. Orientation locked. Landscape. Charge over to the left.
Yes,
Top mode. Contracted.
Yes, I hate my orientation moving all over the place. I like it locked because especially if I'm like if I don't have my earbuds in and I want it at a low volume, I can kind of have it near my ear. But which I know isn't too good, but seriously.
Dot positions calibrated.
So anyway, I just calibrated my dots so they actually find where I am.
L. Dot positions calibrated.
So now I'm gonna type.
6 dot.
I'm gonna switch to 6 dot because it's the most basic Braille you ever learned. So I'm gonna do. Oh, you know what? I have my echo off,
Dot
but it's
positions
okay.
calibrated.
So let's do this. Capitalize. I just did. Hey,
Hey.
man!
Man.
Exclamation mark. What?
What's
Oh, what's up? Question mark.
up?
So then,
Portrait. Braille screen word. Characters.
so then I can go back
Message. Text field.
and look what I got.
Send.
And then I send it.
Send.
Oh, I have it muted, so you didn't hear the whoosh. But yes, and look at that, David. You just got a text.
Hey man, what's up?
Yeah. So yeah. So that is basically how. And yes, I do try my best on occasion to write professional text, but it depends on the person, but it kind of depends on whether I need a quick response or something. But if I absolutely have to, I will do punctuation marks with dictation, and I will use that as well. Anyways, secondly, if you're not already doing this, why not use your talent to the fullest? Well, my love of microphones started when I was 4 years old, when a friend of ours handed me one to sing a song. And that song I sang touched everyone in the room. And it was opened the eyes of my heart. Some of you who went to the banquet, the gala at auction, dinner and auction last year have heard me sing this one. I will be doing this one again this year, which is great. And well, it was my favorite song. And several years later, I was asked to sing it when I was 10 years old for a statewide church event. Still is my favorite, by the way. One of them. First, my dad told my story, and then I sang the song. And unknown to me and my family, it was uploaded to YouTube, and it went viral. Who's seen it in here, by the way? Anyone?
No, don't have to look you up.
Huh? Well, you're gonna have to look it up then. So anyway, we estimate that video has now reached over 65 million people, and this video created opportunities for me to sing all over the U.S. for conferences, churches, and gatherings like this. Also, people still email us today, sharing how their lives have changed because of that one video. Now, it's okay. No, it's fine. Anyways, here's an email that someone sent. Well, see, my mom looks all of them, but we basically say me because they do say it like they send it to me, but my mom screens them all and puts it in whenever we need to. But anyway, here's an email that someone sent us. Christopher and your amazing parents have a profound impact on my life right now, and I believe that many things have changed and will change from now. You are a truly amazing person and human being, and make me feel so incredibly humble while watching your videos and songs, and even at times make me feel a little ashamed that I seem to prioritize the more materialistic things in life rather than the more important things like my family and friends and maybe God too. Well, I can't believe it, but I am so grateful that my gifts have helped to change someone's life for the good and many lives for the good, believe it or not. Now, the last thing I want you to remember today is teamwork. That's right. I have been told, this is right, that your teamwork as the ECU Pirates has led to top 25 in the country and top 10 in the region. Congratulations, guys. You know the power of teamwork. Your life is extraordinary when you are a team player. Now, I did not become the person I am today alone, obviously. I've shared that No, not that. I've shared with you, so that sounds better, only a few people who have impacted my life. But there are many more. Of course, with not only my mom, but also my friend David St. Germain here. I'm sure he'll teach me a lot. In fact, I've actually been thinking about getting to AV, the audiovisual sound stuff and whatnot, and hopefully, maybe website accessibility, because I'm an accessibility advocate. But anyway, he teaches me a lot in the sound side, because I do hope to be, I have many related hearing and disability related things I want to do. But anyway, be a team player, be kind, be selfless, and you will find the extraordinary in your life. Remember Mrs. Park, who I've spoken about earlier? Well, if it wasn't for her, I would not have stood in front of a bombing 37,000 Red Sox fans at Fenway Park at 10 years old to sing the national anthem. And when I was done, the crowd erupted in applause and continued cheering as we found our seats. Even sweeter, I was surrounded by my teachers, family, and friends, the extraordinary people. Some of the extraordinary people, you could say, I told you about today. And to close the talking part out, I challenge you to commit to being extraordinary with your attitude, with your gifts, and through your teamwork, because you never know whose life you might save or transform in the process. And to close, I would now like to do Lean on Me. If y'all know it, you can sing along, by the way. Go ahead, Mom. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna be somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow. You won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand, 'cause we all need somebody to lean on. And if there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road, and I'll share your load. If you just call me, you can call
Christopher, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. And
You're welcome,
Kyle
buddy.
told me you wanted to throw out the first pitch sometime.
I think I might.
Well, I think we can make that happen. So you just have to let me know a couple dates, and you look at our schedule, and we can make that happen, buddy.
Oh, nice.
Just got to make sure you wear that ECU hat.
I sure will.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you for your attention. We wish you a great season. My nephew plays for UMass Lowell, and so we're definitely in there with dedicating a lot of your time, your childhood to what you do. And I see every day reading your mission statement here not only makes you a great ball player, but makes you a tremendous person with great purpose and mission. So congratulations to all you for what you're bringing forward from your great history. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you for taking the time and allowing Christopher
It's
to
our
come.
pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you.